Sometimes, the smallest routines hide the biggest acts of kindness. He wasn't a hero. He didn't wear a uniform of glory, just a blue postman's jacket. But every letter he carried had the power to change someone's day. This is the story of a quiet man whose daily route brought hope to lonely hearts. In a peaceful little English town called Windermere, mornings always began the same way. The smell of fresh bread floated from the bakery. Children's laughter echoed near the schoolyard. And down the cobbled streets came a man with a warm smile and a leather bag full of letters. His name was Edward Miller. He was 55, with kind eyes that always seemed to notice what others missed. Rain or shine, he walked the same route, from the hilltop cottages to the row houses near the park, whistling softly as he delivered mail. People in Windermere called him Mr. Postman, but few knew how deeply he cared for the souls behind every door he knocked. Edward believed letters were more than paper and ink. They were pieces of people's hearts, their love, their worries, their memories. Every morning, he stopped by Mrs. Dawson's home first, an elderly widow who rarely stepped outside. He'd hand her the daily newspaper and say, "Morning, Mrs. D. The sun's trying its best today." She'd smile weakly, and for a moment, she didn't feel alone. Next was Tommy, a young boy who lived with his single mother. Tommy waited by the gate every day, hoping for a postcard from his father who worked overseas. Even when there wasn't one, Edward would kneel and say, "You know, Tommy, maybe your dad's writing a long letter today." And the boy's eyes would light up again. To most, it was just mail. To Edward, it was a mission, to deliver hope where it was running out. But one autumn morning, something changed. The postal office announced a new system, faster, more efficient. Half the routes would be replaced by digital delivery. The younger postmen were thrilled, but Edward's heart sank. Letters had always been his way of connecting with people, face to face, heart to heart. He wasn't ready to say goodbye to that. That week, as he walked his route, the town seemed quieter. Mrs. Dawson was sick. Tommy's mother had lost her job. The park was empty, the laughter gone. Edward realized something. The town didn't just need letters. It needed connection. It needed someone who cared enough to notice. So, he decided, if the world was moving faster, he'd move slower, but with purpose. Every evening, after finishing his shift, Edward began a secret habit. He started writing anonymous letters, simple, heartfelt notes that carried warmth and hope. One for Mrs. Dawson. "You are not forgotten. The world is brighter because you smile at it." One for Tommy's mother. "Your strength as a mother is a story your son will one day tell with pride." He left them quietly in mailboxes, without names or stamps. At first, he wasn't sure if it mattered, but within weeks, he saw changes. Mrs. Dawson began watering her flowers again. Tommy's mother had lost her job. The park was empty, the laughter gone. Ree began watering her flowers again. Tommy's mother started baking and selling bread from her kitchen window. People greeted each other more, smiled more. Nobody knew who was sending those letters, but everyone felt them. Months passed, winter came, and with it, Edward's retirement notice. His legs ached more these days, and the office wanted younger energy. His last day on duty was set for Christmas Eve. That morning, he walked through the frosted streets one last time, memorizing every door, every face, every smile he'd grown to love. When he reached Mrs. Dawson's home, she opened the door holding a small gift, a knitted scarf. For you, dear, to keep you warm the way your kindness kept us warm. At Tommy's gate, the boy ran up, waving a postcard. It came! My dad wrote! He's coming home! Edward smiled, and for once couldn't hold back his tears. As he turned to leave, something unbelievable happened. At the town square, dozens of people had gathered. Mrs. Dawson, Tommy, the baker, the florist, everyone from his route. They held up envelopes, letters, each one marked with a heart. "Mr. Postman," said Mrs. Dawson softly, "you spent years delivering our messages. Today, we deliver ours." He opened one letter after another, his hands trembling. Every note said the same thing in its own way. "Thank you for reminding us that someone still cares." After he retired, the town of Windermere started something new. They called it the Letter of Light. Every month, people wrote anonymous letters of kindness to neighbors, strangers, or anyone going through hard times. It became a small tradition that changed the spirit of the whole town. And in the center of the post office, a small wooden plaque still reads, "Dedicated to Edward Miller, who taught us that even the smallest delivery can carry the biggest heart." You see, in this fast digital world, it's easy to forget the power of human connection. We scroll, we click, we move on, but we rarely feel. Maybe what the world needs isn't more speed. Maybe it needs more heart. So, send that message. Write that note. Smile at that neighbor. Because you never know. Your simple act of kindness might just deliver hope to a lonely heart.